Okay. Hello. Welcome back. So, recently I got a comment about making a Spring Bonnie avatar and having a problem with the shoulders. Please ignore my voice. I just woke up. I'm going to show you, that's FBX, how I do it. If you're using Source Filmmaker models, I would recommend downloading source.io. If you're using a blend file, then it's a little bit more complicated, because blend files tend to have more issues, but it also depends on the rig you're using. As I used for example, this, I used a blend file that was just rigged with the basic rig that Steelwool used for the Mimic in Ruin, just with a few IK attachments that were in fact removed to tidy up the model a little. And I don't know if you can see that there. I had made a dent with sculpt mode to fit the neck pieces inside, but they got annoying, so I removed them. This entire model is rigged, aside from a few pieces, because I had been having some issues with those, but we'll get to that later. So, just notice something. If you're having issues with your shoulder, you don't rig it to the suit, you would rig it to the endo. My recommendation is, if your endo has pieces like this, for example, then you would be able to just rig it to this alone and it would fit. But if it doesn't, then try to add one as best as you can. Like here, for example, let me pull out something my friend made and gave to me. This model, most of you probably recognize it from VR chat. Maybe not this specific version, but this little area here, he made a arm piece, or like a little shoulder piece that he would connect a shoulder to, and the shoulder would, let me really quickly do this. As you see here, it would like act, as a shoulder bit. Now, when you do something like this, it prevents the shoulder from moving, which is what most VR chat avatars back then, before like the easy anti-cheat, before Quest users were actually known, that was a common issue back then that nobody knew how to fix. It was just there, and everyone had to live with it. And it wasn't the most annoying thing, but it was definitely something that could have been fixed. But this will prevent your arm from clipping through the shoulder when you lift your arm up, for example. I won't be able to demonstrate, as I don't get on my Quest often. And I can't connect it to my PC right now, because I'm currently having some issues with PC VR. But I will eventually. But this, so all you'd have to do is, you don't need to weight paint it, depending on the part. I don't weight paint. I leave that more to my significant other, as they know how to weight paint more than I do. We kind of have a back and forth thing. But, so they weight paint these for me. Well, this wasn't weight painted by them. This was weight painted by my friend who made the model. He didn't make the parts, but he just kind of slapped it all together. Looks pretty good. Really ignoring the amount of heads. Hang on. There we go. And the hook. A pretty decent model. But just for demonstration, I will, let's take a random model. Hmm. Oh boy. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit more difficult than I anticipated. Here, we'll take this Minecraft Endo for example, as I do have projects with these models. Let me just delete everything. Here, so an example is, let me open material view. This endo piece here, this is like the shoulder, right? So when you're rigging, I'll just create a rig really quickly in front. Okay, one thing I would recommend not doing is doing what I just did and just moving it around. I would recommend doing that in pose mode, as that can have an effect. So, here, for example, if let me just name it shoulder. Okay, so hold on. Actually, I feel like I should explain what I'm doing here, because most of you probably don't know. If you're new to Blender, won't know the shortcuts I'm using. So if you saw me doing this, well, this is G. It's a pretty basic one. And then what I was doing there, when I open up that little panel, Control and P, I want to figure out how people are getting like the keyboard buttons and like their mouse to show up. But yeah. Also, if you notice my voice sounds a little bit nasalier than last time I recorded a video, I think I might be getting sick. I can't really guarantee anything, and it's not uncommon. Like, it's not an uncommon occurrence. This happens a lot, so I'll still definitely try to post more. I would like to post more on this channel, but I've just gotten so busy with my own mental health and problems in real life, like helping my family and all that stuff. There's only really so much I can do, in other words. I'll try to post more often for the average viewer that still even watches my channel. And I will definitely post a video of the finished product with the Spring Bonnie, or Con if you see this, if that's how I pronounce your name. Because I know you did want an update, or, well, you'd want to see updates on the model, I'd guess. Like, but, here's your update. It's not exactly done. I still have to add the endo arms, the Roxy arms. And there's still a few adjustments I'm making. Since I noticed you didn't really have the like lower portion of the legs, I just didn't bother really making them look that good. And these parts being so out of like place like that is really starting to bother me. Anyways, I'll fix that later. Back to what I was doing. So with this, you'd want to hold shift or control. It doesn't really, oh no, it does matter. Okay, control P with empty groups. Click on your model, tab for edit mode, and then assign. Now if you have a lot of bones, so for example, let's say I had a chest bone. Now if you have a lot of bones all already on the rig, it would show up, and you'd have to, if you have too many bones where you can't, like, you'd have to scroll down and look, you can click this little arrow here, and there's a search bar where you can just type in either a short form like SH for the shoulder, or CH for the chest, but anything with CH will show up. Now, for some models that come pre-rigged, there is a chance where when you attach it to a rig, it will just fly off to a random area, like that. For example, what you do is you right-click, parent, clear and keep transform. And then with that, you can just, with empty groups, tab, shoulder, assign, and there you go. That's it. Don't need a weight paint. You can if you want to. It's completely up to you. But weight painting is more for like human models, or for example like movie Spring Bonnie or the Yellow Rabbit, because I know there's a suit version, there's a model of that somewhere. Sorry, I had to mute my mic for a second. So yeah, this, like, I could attach this to one of the wires, for example, and then whenever I move this around, the wire would move. But yeah, so that's the tutorial. And then here, hang on, give me just a second. I will show you, I will demonstrate with one of my, I will try to demonstrate with one of my avatars. That will take me a minute. And if any of you are wondering, no, this avatar is not public. I made this for my group. So, but here, there is clippage when I jump, but that's to be expected, as I didn't exactly do much to stop that, and it's a little difficult to stop stuff like that. And here, for example, stomach hatch, you can see it. Oh, it's that part. Yeah, so don't ask why I added that. I had added that because, oops. I added that because I wanted to make sure it didn't clip, but I guess I'll have to remove it. Just one thing I really hate that I'm having issues with. It's on the Freddy. But yeah, that's it. If you have any more questions, you can just comment on the video with your question, and I'll try to help out the best I can. I am going to be making a tutorial about how to make avatars with various toggle types, though they might not work. So if you see they don't work and you have a way I could fix that, just let me know in the comments, or I'll probably leave a link to my Discord if you want to join. Completely up to you. It's free, you know. Not gonna bite you, though it is for my VR chat group, but that's fine. So if you play VR chat and you know you wanna get a group you can join, well, you either got this group or this group. We're friendly. We don't bite. Everyone's nice. We try to be as nice as we can, though, you know, everyone has those days. Alright, that's it. I hope this helped. If it didn't, then just comment, and I'll try my best to re-explain. Alright, see you guys on the next one.